Fix it? Yeah, thank you.
Time check is exactly 5 minutes past the hour 10, and it's a good way to say good night. Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Please make welcome Mr. Andrew Torre. Also in our midst this morning is the President of the Confederation of African Football, Mr. Ahmad. We have a great pride to also have with us the Group Country Manager of West Africa for Visa, Madam Kemi Okusanya. And we recognize with gratitude your presence here, members of the press. Your presence here is very welcome. It means a lot to us because you are the ones who are going to disseminate exactly what we're doing here and how it will bode well for Africa. This morning, allow me to just walk you through our agenda. It's a rather brief one with 3 very short remarks, all concentrating on why we're here, and it will culminate in the high point of this morning's event, the signing of the partnership. Thereafter, we shall engage you, members of the press, for you to tell us exactly what your impressions are and ask some questions.
African football is in a great place. I'm sure you had the opportunity yesterday to watch some of the games. Teams the likes of Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, Morocco, Egypt, and dare I forget, Ghana, light up the world stages. Their fans bring passion and energy to the tournaments. African players form a core of every major football league across the globe. They dazzle us with their skill and commitment and act as fantastic ambassadors for their nations. First and foremost, I want to thank you and congratulate you, President Ahmad, for building such a wonderful foundation for African football, and also to thank you for your partnership and support in getting us here today. Since Visa opened its first office in Africa in 1992 in Johannesburg, we've grown our presence across the continent. We most recently opened our 5th hub office last year in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, and now we're proud to say we partner with over 650 African institutions that provide our products and services to over 85 million African consumers and connect them to almost 750,000 African merchants. So why are we passionate about Africa? We're passionate about Africa because it brings so much opportunity. Despite the breadth of our business in Africa, there are still millions of people and businesses who are excluded from the formal financial sector. And yet the continent is the birthplace to some of the most innovative fintech companies in the world. Mobile money was invented here, and we at Visa want to help connect more people and businesses to our global commerce network and give them access to safe, reliable, and convenient ways to transact. Why our obsession with football? We think the football tournaments that we support are an extension of our brand, a brand that signifies collaboration, reliability, universal acceptance, and inclusion. And for Visa, a partnership in football is more than a sponsorship. We use it to help transform lives and economies. Our partnership will enable us, our partnership with CAF and AFCON will enable us to work with our financial institution and merchant partners to send their customers to the games to be part of the experience. Our participation will enable us to support inbound tourism, making it easier and safer for travelers to pay digitally rather than in cash. Our participation enables us to connect more businesses and small merchants and traders in host cities to our global commerce network, helping them accept electronic payments and provide more convenient solutions for their customers. Furthermore, we enable these same businesses to use our network to pay their supply chain, their distributors, their suppliers, to increase and spread economic efficiency and economic growth. We bring new innovation to host markets, such as contactless or mobile payments, to help build a legacy that will last beyond the tournaments themselves. We also connect with communities. As part of this sponsorship, we will have the privilege to enable over 1,100 children to act as escorts to the players, to be able to lead their heroes into the stadia and onto the field and experience the passion and power of football to entertain, to inspire, and to unite. Visa's mission is to connect the world, everyone, everywhere. Nowhere does the world come together more than around football. And nowhere is that more important than here in Africa. So I'm thrilled to be here today to ratify this sponsorship, which will partner the power of the Visa brand with the most important sporting event in Africa. Thank you.
Mr. Andrew Torre, Regional President, Visa, Central Europe, Middle East, and Africa, for making that compelling case for financial inclusion, as well as being good.
Torre, the Visa. Mrs. Country Manager of Visa. Messieurs les représentants et mesdames de la Lagardère Sports, distingués invités, mesdames et messieurs les représentants des médias, mesdames et messieurs. I have to speak in French because it's my CAF language and it's my own language too, so I have to respect it. And we are lucky here because there is a translation. First of all, I want to give you some image. If you take one ball in your right hand and one Visa card in your left, you give to one young boy in Africa. He can't do the choice. He wants to keep the ball and he wants to keep the Visa card. But to be together today, that's the best way for the young people in Africa, I mean. So thank you very much for Visa and thank you for Lagardère to can build this cooperation. Mesdames et messieurs, c'est un jour important que nous célébrons aujourd'hui en accueillant dans notre environnement continental du football un partenaire de standing mondial qui devient sponsor de la CAF et de ses compétitions. Le groupe bancaire américain Financial District, propriétaire de la carte de paiement la plus célèbre dans le monde, la fameuse carte Visa.
Mr. Andrew Torre from Visa Incorporated, distinguished representatives of Visa Incorporated International Services, honorable members of CAF Executive Committee, representatives of Lagardère Sports Group, invited guests, esteemed media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are celebrating an important day by welcoming into our continental football environment a world-class partner, which becomes the official sponsor of CAF and all its competitions. The American banking group Financial District, owner of the most popular payment card in the world, the famous Visa card.
À la simple évocation de ces quatre lettres, la terre entière reconnaît le sigle, sa crédibilité, la fierté de la posséder et la puissance de feu qui s'en dégage.
Simply by mentioning these four letters, the entire earth recognizing the acronym, its credibility, the pride in owning it, and the firepower it generates.
Je voudrais faire un parallèle intéressant à propos de la carte Visa. Elle possède un même important chiffre qu'elle partage avec le monde du football, puisque ces 2,1 milliards de titulaires est aussi à quelques centaines près le même chiffre que les pratiquants et les amoureux du football dans le monde.
I would like to draw attention to an interesting similarity between the Visa card and football. The Visa card has the same immense impact as football in the world. Each figure of 2.1 billion users is almost the same number as those who are involved in football globally.
La firme américaine a choisi de s'inscrire dans la promotion et le soutien du football africain par le biais de la CAF et nous lui disons aujourd'hui, tous ensemble, bienvenue en terre africaine, bienvenue parmi le football le plus étonnant et le plus attachant du continent.
The American firm is committed to promoting and supporting African football through CAF, and today we are all together saying welcome to the African soil. Welcome amidst the most amazing and enduring football on the planet.
Nous sommes heureux de vous accueillir et de réunir pour vous les conditions optimales de rayonnement et de présence parmi les compétitions internationales que nous organisons.
We are happy to welcome you
Nous savons que votre part de sponsoring dans le sport est considérable, comme au sein des Jeux Olympiques depuis 1988 et les Jeux de Séoul sont discontinués jusqu'à aujourd'hui, puis avec la FIFA et la Coupe du Monde depuis 2010 et au moins jusqu'en 2022.
We all know that your sponsorship in sports is remarkable and continues to today. Your support for the Olympic Games since 1988, the Seoul Games, as well as FIFA and the World Cup since 2010 to at least 2022 cannot be ignored.
Depuis votre création en 1958, vous dispensiez avec parcimonie votre part d'engagement dans le sport et vous l'avez intensifié de façon impressionnante depuis les 30 dernières années.
Since your establishment in 1958, you have been spending with great parsimony on your part in commitment to sports, and you have increased your expenditure in the last 30 years.
Soyez assurés que nous ferons tout à la CAF pour que notre partenariat soit exemplaire, bénéfique et transparent aux deux parties et surtout porteur de résultats spectaculaires.
We assure that we at CAF will do everything possible to ensure that our partnership will be exemplary, beneficiary, and transparent to both parties, and above all, produce spectacular results.
Je remercie avec vous la part prise par notre partenaire marketing, le groupe français Lagardère Sports, dans la conduite des négociations et leur aboutissement.
I would like to thank our marketing partners, the French company Lagardère Sports, for their part in carrying out a successful conclusion of negotiations.
Je renouvelle nos plus vifs remerciements à Visa et lui souhaitons bonne chance dans sa nouvelle mission.
I would like to once again express our sincere appreciation to Visa Incorporated and wish them well in their new mission.
Merci pour votre attention.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here this morning with the CAF President, Mr. Ahmed, the Regional President for Visa CEMEA, Andrew Torre, and of course, you gentlemen of the press. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for honoring our invite. 2018 has been an amazing year for us at Visa. I remember when we announced our sponsorship in February, a sponsorship of the Nigerian bobsled team. That was the first African team to be represented at the Winter Olympics. It was a great one for us, and we thought that was it. Fast forward into June, we had the FIFA event, where Visa was one of the 6 FIFA partners that was given the rights, the global rights to the FIFA World Cup 2018, rights and events globally. Now, the beauty of that is, for the first time, we had very great representation as well at FIFA all across Africa. Now, what's very interesting is today we're celebrating yet again Africa with this partnership with CAF. Today, we're very excited about the 4-year partnership that we're going into and the beauty and what it brings to us as Visa and Africa as a whole. When we think about this partnership, we remember the beauty that comes with it from a financial inclusion perspective. Mr. Ahmed said it eloquently earlier on when you spoke about the little boy and you given a football and a Visa card. Now think about the millions of people all across Africa that are unbanked today. Now football is one asset that connects everyone. We are very excited at Visa that we will be able to connect these millions of people, great football lovers, bringing them in and ensuring that we're able to bring the best of technology and the best of African football. What's more, there is a lot that this means for us as Visa, is the partnership that we can also bring in for our clients, for our merchants, for our cardholders. We are very excited about this, and we can't wait to commence this journey. And thank you so much again for this opportunity. We're great to be here. Thank you.
And the Confederation of African Football for the 2019 African Cup of Nations is right here in Ghana, the 19th day of November 2018. Put your hands together. To this end, respectfully, I ask you, Mr. Ahmad, I shall now invite with your permission, I'd like to invite the entire Visa team to and
some of the details of the things we want to do. We've long been a sponsor of football, and it's critical to our business. When we think about our business is included. Our job is to connect people. Football connects people. So as part of this sponsorship, we get to work with all of the countries across Africa to bring them not only the best of football, but we think the best of what the Visa brand offers. So it is about financial inclusion. It is deeply about making sure we can work with our partners to let their customers have access to the games. It's about innovation. It's about leaving a legacy beyond the tournaments with some of our own payments technology. It's about creating more seamless experiences for consumers. Again, it's about helping small businesses. We're deeply passionate about small businesses. As you know, small business, micro enterprises are the lifeblood of the African economy. So we want to be able to use this as a way to connect them to our network and then even further accelerate economic growth by using our network to have them pay their distributors and suppliers. And again, I think the thing that I'm most proud about is our ability to work with the community, to be able to have over 1,100 children experience the passion of the game, to be able to escort their heroes onto the pitch, into the stadium, and feel what the passion that unites those of us that love football. So we're just deeply excited about the partnership. We don't discuss the financial details of the deal. Did you want?
Invest for the development. That's the challenge we have to do. For example, you see, before CAF gave to the federation in 4 years $120,000. When we start our term, we give $100 per year per federation. Now we are to increase for another development. We decentralize every activities in CAF now, in the zone. Why? Because Africa is very, very big. Because Africa, we need to promote in all the zone, in youth competition, in women competition, because we have not enough money to pay the trip, to travel along Africa. It's very difficult. That's why even the qualification of the women football now, only maximum 20 countries to participate. It's not correct. We want to promote all the countries to participate in all the competition, and we want to give training for all coaches in the continent, all the referees. You see, sometimes we are lucky, we are happy with you, with the media, but sometimes we are not happy too, because you destroy the football sometimes too. So we want, when you help us, we agree. As you see, we ban around 26 referees now. We thank you very much to help us for that. We try to clean everything there. But sometimes help us to grow, not destroy us to go down. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As well, we're the worldwide sponsor of the Olympics, in the U.S., the NFL. But football is the world's favorite sport. It's a passion across the globe. And if we think about the ways in which we can connect to consumers, to societies. There's no better sport globally than football. As I mentioned, we've been a worldwide sponsor since 2007, and that's worked really well for us. We had the opportunity here in Africa to be able to sponsor the tournament across the entire continent, and this is an area where we see a lot of opportunity. We're making significant investments. And payments is a deeply local business. So in order for us to be successful, we need to understand our consumers and merchants in these markets. And football gives us a phenomenal platform to connect with consumers, to create a deeper understanding of consumers and merchants. So it's just a logical extension of the things we do. It also really ties well with our brand and our brand values around universal acceptance and inclusion. Thank you. It's a good question. It certainly seemed like the right time. I was talking about how we've expanded our coverage in Africa. We now have 8 offices across the continent. We have more than doubled our staff across the African continent, and our business has grown considerably. And the opportunity came up, and we were deeply excited and passionate about it. It certainly seemed like the right idea at the right time. I wasn't here a few years ago, so I don't know if the asset and the sponsorship was available, but we're incredibly excited about the sponsorship right now, and we think it's a great time. I don't know, Kemi, if you have anything you want to add to that.
I was just going to say that, in addition, we have sponsored FIFA globally for quite a while, and that great expertise that we have in that space is what we're bringing into the regional space, and that's why we believe so much in this, particularly for Africa. When we look at Visa and our vision and our goal for Africa, we see the opportunities, and we think that this is one of those great assets that can help us connect to the consumers, connect to the unbanked in the market, and connect to our clients and merchants across. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a good question. So I don't have all of the details that you want, but if we can get your name after, and we'll certainly give you more of the details. But again, it does support, it's for 4 years, the 2 tournaments, and which will lead us again to the FIFA 2022 World Cup the World Cup in Qatar. For the specific details, we're happy to connect with you later. Actually, Nee and Guy right behind you, the 2 gentlemen right behind you, will be able to give you the details. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Probably a question more for President Ahmed. We're a payments technology company, so we unless something's changed in the last 24 hours. But we do certainly work, like we have in the Olympics and the FIFA World Cup, to support the payments technology and the payments infrastructure. So the ability for consumers to seamlessly buy tickets online, the ability to create great consumer experiences while they're in the stadiums themselves, to be able to quickly and seamlessly get the food and beverages they need to get back to the game. We certainly work on that. On the broader infrastructure question, that's outside of the scope of our discussion today, or what we do as a company.
Thank you.
When you sponsor one activities in the confederation or federation or in FIFA, it's going not only for these activities, but we provide to use it for another activities, like for the youth, because you can't sell the youth in the market. It's difficult. But we use it to develop the football in all the activity in the confederation. About infrastructure, we can to separate the role of all sector in the life. The infrastructure is part of government activities, not for the confederation or for the sponsor. It's part of the obligation for the government. The government is in charge to develop all the infrastructure in the country. So we can maybe ask this question, and we ask you that the help we need to you, media, to help us to convince, or not only to convince, but maybe to remind them their responsibility for our government, because it's part of their responsibility as a leader in the country. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, when you sponsor one activities in the confederation or federation or in FIFA, it's going not only for these activities, but we provide to use it for another activities, like for the youth, because you can't sell the youth in the market. It's difficult. But we use it to develop the football in all the activity in the confederation. About infrastructure, I mean, we can to separate the role of all sector in the life. The infrastructure is part of government activities, not for the confederation or for the sponsor. It's part of the obligation for the government. The government is in charge to develop all the infrastructure in the country. So we can maybe ask this question, and we ask you that the help we need to you, media, to help us to convince, or not only to convince, but maybe to remind them their responsibility for our government, because it's part of their responsibility as a leader in the country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. I think it's one step at a time. We've just signed this. We're incredibly excited to activate the sponsorship and the partnership and begin working with our clients, our partners, with CAF and the teams. So we don't have any concrete plans. We just signed the documents. I promise you, when we have more to say, you'll be the first folks we call to be able to talk more about our plans. But they're certainly ambitious across the continent.
So I think that's. Can we go on?
Oui, je demandais à M. Torre.
That's a great question, and thank you so much for raising that. And to your question, I think that's one of the main reasons why we continue to seek opportunities like this. Football, you would agree with me, is one of those sports that connects everyone. Now, when we have assets like this, there's a lot of programs that we can layer on and bring in people into the financial sector. As Visa, we work with client partners, which are financial institutions. We work with merchants. These are the people that sell every day to everyone in the communities. We work with them to activate programs that would bring them in, using assets like this. We spoke about financial inclusion earlier. And one of the things we hope to do, even with this program, is how do we bring in people, because they want to enjoy this great sport, they want to be part of the CAF program, they want to enjoy the programs before the tournament, during the tournament, after the tournament, and using very creative and initiatives to bring them in. Today, when you speak about banking system in Africa, it's gone beyond just the traditional. We've also moved into digital. And
In the media, but I'll say that we're really excited about a number of the things we're doing on the continent, including our corporate and social responsibility and financial inclusion. And stay with us, because we want to be able to help tell that story through you, because it is a very optimistic, hopeful story about bringing and empowering people and changing their lives. So we're happy to spend the time with you over the course of the next 4 years and talk about how we're able to do that more broadly across our business and as part of the sponsorship today.
Moi-même, c'est déjà un changement, parce que la tête de la CAF a changé. C'est pour ça que c'est compliqué pour moi de le reprendre. Ça a changé. Je pense que chacun de vous sont conscients aujourd'hui que vous avez un président qui vous écoute et c'est facile pour vous de l'approcher. Il ne s'entoure pas de garde du corps, ni de suite de 10, 15 personnes. Il est facilement ouvert à vous, surtout la presse. C'est important comme changement. Deux, même la structure de la CAF a changé. L'administration, il y avait beaucoup de réformes qui ont été entreprises. Avant, la CAF n'avait pas certains services exigés aujourd'hui dans la gestion, surtout dans la transparence, la compliance, le service de la compliance, des services juridiques. Ça n'existait pas. Avant, la CAF, c'était une structure d'un pays. Aujourd'hui, la CAF, si je peux vous dire, sur 10 cadres qui gèrent l'administration, si avant c'était 20% seulement des autres pays du continent, j'ai promis de faire 50 plus 50 des autres pays, des 50%, et 50% du pays d'accueil. Aujourd'hui, je suis allé beaucoup plus loin avec mon équipe politique. Aujourd'hui, c'est 80% des dirigeants, des cadres, viennent des autres pays d'Afrique, 20% seulement de l'Égypte, pour donner une image que c'est une institution continentale. C'est vrai, ça n'enchante pas tout le monde, mais c'est un changement qu'il faut apporter pour avoir de crédibilité. On l'a fait. Je ne sais pas qu'est-ce que ça va me coûter, mais je l'ai assumé. Voilà. Parce que sûrement, ça ne plaît pas, surtout à certains. Voilà. D'autres changements, on est en train de le mettre. Les statuts ont été reformés. C'est déjà des changements. La gestion, ça va changer. Mais nous appelons tout le monde autour de nous de faire ce changement. Nous décentralisons maintenant nos activités. Ce sont des changements. Avec des moyens, pas seulement une décentralisation administrative, mais avec des moyens que nous avons le point de moyens. C'est pour attirer les gens, pour qu'ils participent. Parce que pour nous, le football, ce n'est pas seulement le sport. C'est aussi un moyen d'éducation, surtout en Afrique. Nous savons que, comme tout le monde dit, surtout vous les gens de la presse, l'Afrique dort avec le football, mange avec le football et respire avec le football. Pourquoi ne pas l'exploiter pour que ça soit un instrument de développement d'une manière générale dans notre continent? C'est comme ça aussi qu'on vous sollicite de nous aider lorsqu'on exige sur l'organisation de nos grandes compétitions, surtout lorsqu'on fait appel à des professionnels qui jouent ailleurs. La CAN est jouée toujours par des professionnels. Il faut qu'on leur donne le minimum de conditions qui les protègent, qui les sécurisent pour qu'ils puissent jouer bien. Il faut leur donner le temps qu'il faut pour qu'ils soient sereins de jouer. Pas au moment, pendant la période où leur club ne leur laisse pas le temps de partir ou leur pose des problèmes de partir. C'est pour ça qu'on a changé au mois de juin la CAN, pour qu'ils seront libres. Et à ce moment-là, ils peuvent nous apporter leur talent avec de sérénité. Voilà ce que nous voulons. Mais ça démotive un peu des dirigeants lorsqu'ils entendent certaines presses qui attaquent. Non, c'est pour soutenir les dirigeants de clubs européens. On s'en fout de tout ça. Nous, ce sont ces jeunes Africains qui font vivre des familles africaines. On doit les protéger. Les protéger lorsqu'ils sont à la CAN pour pouvoir jouer dans une bonne pelouse et surtout pour être bien accueillis avec des conditions minimum, que ce soit en hôtellerie, en transport, surtout des hôpitaux qui seront capables de les accueillir tout de suite si un problème de blessure. Voilà ce que nous voulons. Et à ce moment-là, on vous sollicite, parce que c'est un intérêt général de l'Afrique d'aller dans ce sens. On vous sollicite de s'associer avec nous dans ce cadre-là. Merci.
Before we started today, before we had the ceremony, we did a few things. The first thing we did was we came into this room and sent a video message to all of our employees, saying how excited and passionate we were about the tournament and the sponsorship opportunity. The second thing we're doing is we're going to be today sending out a letter to all of our clients and partners talking about the incredible asset we have and ways they can connect and use it. So we're all in on this during the course of the next 4 years. Actually, your question on whether it's renewable really should have been directed to President Ahmed, but we are focused right now on making sure we do our part for the 4 years under contract today.
Thank you, Ma'am.
Je pense que la question ne doit pas s'adresser plutôt à la CAF, à l'ancien dirigeant de la CAF et à Lagardère. Beaucoup plus, je vous solliciterai de demander à Lagardère si nous ne sommes pas satisfaits aujourd'hui de ce contrat avec Lagardère et que nous sommes en train de renégocier. C'est dans le cadre des réformes et de transparence. Mais nous ne pouvons pas arrêter les liens de travail qui existent déjà. Sinon, c'est la mort de la CAF. On doit continuer, mais renégocier, discuter, pour qu'on puisse... C'est pour ça mon message tout à l'heure, si vous avez bien compris, c'est que on invite maintenant tout le monde autour de nous d'être transparent et de respecter les règles d'usage en matière d'organisation et de gestion. Voilà.
I think I shouldn't be answering this question, but I think you have to find out from Lagardère if they are satisfied with the contract or not. Currently, you can't just come into office and just abrogate all contracts. So what we are doing now, we are renegotiating those contracts to see what we can take from it and what we can delete from those contracts. Currently, I spoke about reforms. There are a lot of reforms that we are doing as CAF so that there will be more transparency, so that we are now open. We want everybody to come, and our activities are not in closed doors, so that everybody can just come and see what we are really doing. I think that is the way forward. That's why I spoke about transparency. Thank you.